Reuters, veteran U.S. astronaut John Young, who walked on the moon and even smuggled a corned beef sandwich into orbit during one of his 6 missions in space, has died at age 87, NASA said on Saturday. Young, a former U.S. Navy test pilot, in 1972 became the 9th of 12 people ever to set foot on the moon. We trademark re-saddened by the loss of astronaut John Young. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration said in a statement on Twitter. The time and cause of Young trademark's death was not immediately clear. Young became one of the most accomplished astronauts in the history of the U.S. space program. He flew into space twice during NASA trademark's Gemini program in the mid-1960s, twice on the Apollo lunar missions and twice on space shuttles in the 1980s. He retired in 2004 after 42 years with the U.S. Space Agency. The Apollo 16 mission in April 1972, his 4th space flight, took Young to the lunar surface. As mission commander, he and crewmate Charles Duke explored the Moon trademark's Descartes Highlands region, gathering 200 pounds, 90 kilograms, of rock and soil samples and driving more than 16 miles, 26 kilometers, in the lunar rover to sites such as Spook Crater. Recalling his lunar exploits, Young told the Houston Chronicle in 2004, own 6th gravity on the surface of the moon is just delightful. It trademark's not like being in zero gravity, you know. You can drop a pencil in zero gravity and look for it for 3 days. In 1/6 gravity, you just look down and there it is. Young trademark's first time in space came in 1965 with the Gemini 3 mission that took him and astronaut Gus Grissom into Earth orbit in the first 2-man U.S. space jaunt. It was on this mission that Young pulled his sandwich stunt, which did not make NASA brass happy but certainly pleased Grissom, the recipient of the snack. Astronaut Wally Schirra, who was not flying on the mission, bought the corned beef sandwich on rye bread from a delicatessen in Cocoa Beach, Florida, and asked Young to give it to Grissom in space. During the flight, as they discussed the food provided for the mission, Young handed Grissom the sandwich. NASA later rebuked Young for the antics, which generated criticism from lawmakers and the media, but his career did not suffer. His May 1969 Apollo 10 mission served as a dress rehearsal for the historic Apollo 11 mission 2 months later, in which Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. Young and his crew undertook each aspect of that subsequent mission except for an actual moon landing. Young trademark's 5th space mission was as commander of the inaugural flight of NASA trademark's first space shuttle, Columbia, in 1981. He became the first person to fly 6 space missions in 1983, when he commanded Columbia on the first Space Lab trek, with the crew performing more than 70 scientific experiments. He never went to space again. Young had been due to command a 1986 flight that was cancelled after the explosion of the shuttle Challenger earlier that year. He ended up as the only person to fly on Space Shuttle, Apollo, and Gemini missions. Young was born on September 24, 1930, in San Francisco and grew up in Orlando, Florida. After receiving a degree in aeronautical engineering from the Georgia Institute of Technology in 1952, he entered the Navy and graduated from its test pilot school. NASA picked him in 1962 for its astronaut program.